I'm going to take you back 10 years. And this is kind of interesting, especially for a lot of guys in America and California. Around the 10-year mark of marriage, she and I were arguing a lot about where we should live. She wanted to stay in the city. She wanted to be the cool city girl. And I wanted,
Do you think that
we
that's a
were,
coincidence that at the 10-year mark where she knows that you're on the hook for lifelong alimony, that she became a little more disagreeable?
oh, it's no question. She knew what she had.
Yeah.
I knew what she had.
Okay.
I'm no dummy.
Yeah.
I knew it was a mistake, but we had a great life. We were living in Oakland. We, you know, we're, we were, I wasn't super rich, but I did good, and I wake up every morning and have jobs to do and very well respected. And we were helped build the little elementary school in our town
Yeah.
and
Yeah. Okay.
all the good stuff, and kids all running around all the time. And so, oh, I kind of lost my train of thought. We were,
You're talking about 10 years back with this guy that you had to build
oh
a
yeah,
house
yeah, okay.
for.
So because we're arguing, she wants to go see a shrink,
Mm-hmm.
go couples counsel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we go, and turns in she convinces them that I have the problem, and I'm.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. It's just like, see, I was right again, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I have the problem. I have the problem because I'm angry
Yeah.
because I was like, look, we got $10 million. How much more can we, just put that in a freaking simple 6% thing, or
Mm-hmm.
even 10, or we don't have to put in anything. We own properties. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
they're spitting out cash, and it's like we don't need to have a second and third house if we just have our one house, and I'm there all the time. And I always was going to put my moniker of success to myself was that I get to see my house in the daytime,
Mm-hmm.
because I work from before sunrise to after sunset. Every morning I'd wake up at 6. I'd be the first one down at the lumber yard, and make sure everybody's going to have enough material
As
to
men
do what
do.
they need to do.
Yeah.
And then when I come home at night, and once in a while we had a little fun. I'd sneak home because I live very close to all my jobs. You get a little nookie in the afternoon. That was fun. It was great. And then we get to go on 3-day vacations to the mountain house. And once in a while we take off a few weeks and go to things. It was great. It's like, but at 10 years, I was like, how much more do we need?
Mm-hmm.
And let's do some different things. Let's go explore the world. I haven't seen the rest of the world. I haven't seen Europe. And I want to do this when my kids are small.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the resistance started. And I was like, what is going on? So she said, oh, you're not happy. We got to go see a shrink. So we went together.
Mm-hmm.
And then after a while, she was like, I'm just frustrated trying to explain to this guy and to her why we should do this now. And I probably wasn't the best communicator, whatever. They convinced me I should go on Prozac.
Oh, they put you on antidepressants, eh?
Yeah, and I did not want them. I was like, I'm not depressed.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
I did.
I just want to go on a sailboat from time to time, man. That's my medicine. I don't need these pills.
Well, yeah. Well, I wanted to park all the jobs we have and take the kids and introduce them.
No, got it, man.
The world.
Yeah, totally. But instead, you got put on like antidepressants, right? Because
yeah.
Imagine that you're married. You've done the right thing your entire life. You've raised a family. You've built a business. You're loaded. You've got a plane. You've got multiple houses. You got vacation houses, and it's like you just want to sail a boat, and you go to a therapist, and the guy's like, "Here, take these pills and shut up."
Dude, I wasn't even asking for life. I was asking for a year.
Yeah.
1 year. I said, let's just go for a fucking year, and we'll find a boat somewhere. I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I figure everything else out. I mean, my God, I've done all this stuff. I've built houses on hillsides in the middle of winter.
I'm starting to get some wind from your mic. I don't know if you can move closer to the cabin.
Okay. So I have that.
Yeah, that's better.
Sit on my toolbox, even better. So I realized, okay, so this is classic. 8 years more go by. Oh, we moved, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
After that, that was part of the deal. I said, all right, you want me to go on Prozac? Tell you what, I'll make you a deal. I'll take your Prozac, but we're moving to Central California.
Mm-hmm.
That's the deal. Because that'll be like a halfway, and I'm going to call it my boat.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought 10 acres, 1331 Tiffany Ranch Road. Look it up and see how beautiful that property is. It's on, realtor.com or whatever. 1331 Tiffany Ranch. Yeah. And it's a gorgeous place. I've built so many beautiful places. From beginning to end, by the way, my production flow of my life over 30 years, on an average of every 120 days. So think where you were 4 months ago. What are we now? We're December 14th. So that'd be August, September, October, November, December. So from August 14th, where were you? Middle of summer. And now it's December 14th. August, September, October, November, December. Yeah. In that time, every 120 days for 30 years, I would produce a property like that and put it on the market.
Is that it there?
That's it. Yeah, you can see it from the sky. And if you go on like the realtor.com thing, you can see there's probably beautiful pictures of it all built out.
Yeah, it's in a Oakland,
ranch. Tiffany Ranch Road in San Luis Obispo.
Yeah.
It's a ranch, yeah. Anyway, so, it's, but that's what I did. And so I said, look, let's move down here because then I can call this.
She agreed to that.
Yeah, she agreed.
Yeah.
So we went.
So, I mean, you're all spaced out on these antidepressants.
Yeah. And they're kind of a joke because here's the thing, for me anyway, when I took Prozac, it slows you down.
It slows you down. It makes you fat. It takes away your sexual desire. It does a lot of things to you.
Yeah. And actually, I was still having sex was fine. It didn't really slow that down for me. Mm-hmm. But it definitely, like if a bomb went off behind me, boom, you need to turn around and go, what the fuck? Let's fight back. Less. You give a shit. Yeah. And I was like, why is this good? And so I was like, whatever. And I tried to go off of them sometimes, and it's horrible in your brain. Mm-hmm. Anyway, this guy, Dr. Cherry, is a renowned shrink in the Bay Area. And he actually runs a place called the Thunder Road Clinic in Oakland. It's where a lot of wayward kids end up. And so he kind of sets policy on that. So his name is, he's a upstanding guy. And so, of course, we go to him. And all right, so we take the drugs and then we move away.
I do want to talk about the boat, Duane, and I've got like 25 minutes left because I got to hop on another call. So I just wanted to make sure we have enough time to talk about the boat and the new lifestyle too.
So I'll get you there. So I end up 8 years later, I get this phone call and I get, hey, somebody I know needs to build a house up in Oakland. And I needed the work because of the middle of the recession. And so I did these plans and I bid them. I don't even know who it's for. It's this beautiful house in Oakland or in Orinda, modern. And the guy finally gets the bid and then he calls me and he says, hey, I got your bid. It's amazing. It's like $1.5 million. And he says, and I start listening. I go, hey man, I recognize your voice. I go, wait a minute. Your plans say Schwinn Cherry. I go, you're David Cherry. You're my old shrink. Oh. He goes, yeah. I was like, oh, that's your wife's name, Schwinn. He goes, yeah. So we hyphenated Schwinn Cherry. I'm like, okay. And I said, well, wait a minute. Is this okay? I build your house? He goes, yeah, if you want. I mean, are you okay with it? I said, yeah, whatever. So it's a good house and I need the money. And so let's do this. So we do.
Yeah.
18 months goes by. One day I walk into his house when it's like 80% done. And I just look like hell. And he goes, what's the matter? I said, I'm getting a divorce. He goes, oh my God. Now, the thing is, when you build someone's home, you get to know them better than anybody else. Like better than their shrink would. Because people confide things in you when you build their home that they wouldn't even confide in anybody. Learn? Well, how he treats his wife, how he thought about marriage, how he perceives himself to his kids, his relationship to other people, because people present themselves that way through their homes, how they want their car to be seen in the driveway, how they, and and even pitting themselves against their spouse. Like, Dwayne, don't you think this fork knife would be better on this side than that side, even though his wife wants it on the other side?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, you're going to use me for your battles? Fight your own battles.
Mm.
Okay.
It's quite the lesson.
Yeah. So this
Was it
happens all the time in
Was
custom
it a
home
do
building.
as I say, not as I do sort of thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So then I started looking at this guy going, you're the one who was counseling us?
Yeah.
Okay. That day I walked in, I said, what's up? I said, I'm getting a divorce. He's like, oh my God, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. Well, can you finish my house? I said, yeah, I'll get your house finished. So after I finished it, last day, he gives me my final payoff check. And I said, hey, come here. I want to step off your property. We walk over and I said, all right, this is the property line, right? I go, I'm done with your house, right? He goes, yeah, it's beautiful. I love it. Everything's perfect. Okay. And I said, and you and I have no more business after this. Yeah. I said, all right. So hand me the money. So he gives it to me off the property. And I said, now, okay, I want to ask you something now that we're neutral men standing on neutral property. Do you think you did the right thing 8 years ago, prescribing me that after you know me now? And he said, no. I said, thank you. So basically, he had the wool pulls over his eyes because now he got to know me mano a mano building his house, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how I managed stuff. And sure, I'd yell at the drywall hanger some days, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're upside down. Blah. But he knew some people just don't respond any other way. And then he saw the stresses of spending a couple $1,000,000. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do in your life, probably the biggest asset you'll ever own. And he got nervous too. And many times I had to calm him down. So then he was like, oh, I got it. He realized he'd been juked by the system. So anyway.
These guys know what they're doing. It's about their priorities, and I always tell guys to be very cautious when it comes to therapists because like even today it's worse than what it was back when you were dealing with it because now even the APA has guidelines basically telling therapists and counselors to treat men as if they're toxically masculine, right? That it's always going to be you as the problem. So even back then they still treated you as the problem.
Okay, so here was the thing that I didn't realize then. That was a setup.
Oh.
Because now she's got this thing that says, oh, he was on drugs.
Oh, that's why she wanted you on the
Yes, that's why she jumped
see.
up and down and
That's how you
pointed
tied
the
it in.
finger. And I was like,
Gotcha.